about what this is about. Play today. Can you come and play today? Will you play with me? Let's talk about it, then we'll see. Let's pretend to make a cake. Put it in the oven and let it bake. If it's not working, then it's okay. Maybe we can find another way. What do you think we should do? Let's take turns with playing Who is Who. What are some of the things that they talked about doing in this poem? Remember, quietly raising our hands, right? Anastasia, what is one thing they talked about playing? Rosa, your eye should be up here.
Share.
Sharing, okay. Because at the end they say let's take turns, right? When we take turns, sometimes we have to share. Sasha. They're friends, right? Okay, they're playing with their friends. What is one of the things they do in the poem? What is one of the things they do in the poem? All right, ready? Let's listen. Can you come and play with me? Will you? Can you come and play today? Will you play with me? Let's talk about it, and then we'll see. Let's pretend to make a cake. Put it in the oven and let it bake. If it's not working, then it's okay. Maybe we can find another way. What do you think we should do? Let's take turns playing Who is Who. What was one of the things that they did in the poem? You already told me that. We're going past that. Well, other than sharing, what was one of the things they did? All right, ready? I'm going to stop. Can you come and play today? Will you play with me? Let's talk about it, and you'll see. Let's pretend to bake a cake. Put it in the oven and let it bake. What did they do in the poem? Raise a quiet hand. Brianna. Okay, you have to listen, right? If you don't listen, you will not know the answers to the questions. All of the questions I ask, I talk about them right before I ask you them. So I said, let's pretend to make a cake. So what is the one thing they are doing?
You put the dough on the oven.
What is exactly what are they doing? What does the poem say they are doing? Raise a quiet hand. What does the poem say they are doing? Brianna, or Amanda. Did it say to put dough in the oven? Well, I want you to tell me. Just tell me exactly what the poem says. Let's pretend to make a cake. What are they doing in the poem? Azina. Putting what in the oven? A cake. They're making a cake. Are they really making a cake?
No.
No. Why do we know that they're really not making a cake? What word does it say? What word does it say that helps us know that they are not really making a cake? But they are not really making a cake. What word helps us know that? If we are so tired now, then we can be tired at recess and come in and take a nap instead of going outside and play. The two of you don't even want to sit at the same table, so I don't want to see you touching each other. No, you were touching her too, right? Not her touching you. You were also touching her. What was the word that was said to let us know they are not really making a cake? What did they say? Let's All right, ready? Let's pretend to make a cake. Ha, Brianna, pretend. Put your heads up, guys. Heads up, heads up, heads up. Let's pretend to make a cake. So they're not really making a cake, they're pretending. They also talk about taking turns like Anastasia said, right? All right. Let's figure out what this poem's about. Are you ready? Our hands are to ourselves. Our heads are up. And our hands are to ourselves. Can you come and play today? Will you play with me? Let's talk about it and then we will see. I want the blue blocks to build my tower, but you have the last one in your flower. If it's not working, then it's okay. Maybe we can find another way. Maybe a trade is what we can do. Here is a purple one for your blue. So what are they doing?
Sharing.
They are sharing, but we also have to remember to raise a quiet hand until we get going. They are sharing. How are they sharing? What did they do? But the one kid said, I need that blue piece. So how did he get the other kid to get on the blue piece? I raise a quiet hand. All right. Anybody else? Marwan, I need you to participate, not pick at your fingers. Andre, if you're so tired now, go to bed when you go home at night. No, not while I'm teaching. We don't use the bathroom while I'm teaching. What did they do? He said, you have that blue piece I want. So I'm going to what? No, we're not using the bathroom until snack time. All right, we're going to listen again. Sasha, you're doing a great job, but I need you to put your hand down. Can you come and play today? Will you play with me? Let's talk about it, then we will see. I want the blue blocks to build my tower, but you have the last one in your flower. If it's not working, then it's okay. Maybe we can find another way. Maybe a trade is what to do. Here is a purple one for your blue. So when she wanted, or he wanted that blue block, what did he do? Yeah, what did he share? Raise a quiet hand. Sasha, what did he do? Okay, maybe, I don't think he said please in the poem. We don't see that word. It would have been a good word to use. But he had one thing, the kid had another thing. What did they do? Let's make a trade, right? We're going to make a trade. I'm going to give you this purple one, you're going to give me that blue one, right? All right, here is our learning target. Are you ready? I can participate in conversations with my classmates about our play and our materials. Ready? Let's get those bows out. Think of the things you desire to learn. Believe in yourself and your effort will earn. The ability to learn something new. Now take aim at the target. True. All right. I can participate in conversations with my classmates about our play and our material. Are play means that we all take a turn, right? Have a conversation means we're going to talk to. Your classmates are the people at your table, right? We're going to talk about how we play and what we play with. So what is, when you play, you do something what? I mean, listen up, please. Sasha, you are doing such a great job. I need to hear from other friends. What is it when we play? No, we're not. This is not bathroom time. Bathroom time is at snack time. You need to offer donation before you come to school. Thank you. When you play, what do you do? What are you doing when you play? Share. No, not share. Share is not the only answer. What is playing? What do we do when we play? When you are playing, what are you doing? I'm not saying you're playing with someone else. When you are playing, what are you doing? Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Right? So when you play, you are doing a fun activity, right? Something fun. So we are going to take turns talking about doing a fun activity and what we do that fun activity with. Do you understand? All right. When we first started this unit, Mrs. Fuller wrote us a letter, right? Let's go back and see if we've done what we started to do what Mrs. Muller asked us to do for our first unit in kindergarten. Dear kindergarten students, welcome to St. Veronica School. We are so happy you are a student here. As your principal, one of my jobs is to make sure you're safe, learn a lot, and have fun together. I know you have already begun to learn about your classroom and one another, but there is still so much more for us to learn together. For the next few weeks, I want you to be play experts and learn how to make playing together fun. I want you to discover the toys in your classroom and how to take care of them. I also want you to learn about each other so you can teach me about your new friends and how they prefer to play. Chloe, that is not acceptable. No, thank you. Kindergartners, you have a lot of work to do. I hope you will write me a letter to tell me about all that you've learned. Right here, these underlined words say play expert. An expert is somebody that knows a lot about something. Before you came to kindergarten, did you know a lot about how to play? All right, we need to take a time now. Zoe and Athena. Zoe and Athena. One, there's another box of tissues and hand sanitizer over there. So if you feel the need to get up and blow your nose every time someone else does, you need to go to the other tissue box. You don't go to the same one because then you start playing like you just did. Please have a seat. A play expert. A play expert is someone who knows a lot about playing. Do you think you know a lot about playing? Yes or no? Do you know a lot about playing? Yeah, right? I would say so. Some of the things that we figured out when we were playing is that we can share and we can take turns, right? So Mrs. Muller wanted us to become a play expert. What are some things we've done to help us become play experts? We are raising quiet hands. Did we do these things?
Yes.
Okay, raise a quiet hand. What are some of the things you did to become play experts? Did we read about becoming a play expert? Right, we read about Llama Llama and how he had to what? What did Llama Llama have to do, Chloe? Share, right? So we really worked on sharing in this unit, right? Because when we got the opportunity to play with our toys, it was important that if somebody wanted the same thing you had, you figured out how to share. Did you do that? Did you figure out as students how to share? Did you? Yes or no?
Yeah.
You think so? Who thinks that we figured out how to share with our friends in the classroom?
Me.
All right, Andre, Lisa, and Amanda, since you're so tired when we go outside to play, you're going to stay in and with Mrs. Muller and take a nap, okay? Get your heads up. We do not lay with our heads down. Push yourselves in. Let's sit like kindergartners, please. This table's doing great. Ready? Yeah, ready? Blue has gotten it down. You need to push yourself in. Turn your body this way. Look, your chair is even with right. Stay right in the chair. This is how we sit in kindergarten, okay? Yes. If you were listening, you would realize that this is what we're talking about. If you would listen and participate, then you would know what that was. Can you do that for me? Okay. The next word is that she wanted to know some of the strategies that we came up with when playing together to make it fun, right? What are some of the strategies that you came up with to make playing together fun? Think about it. What are some of the things you can do to make playing together fun? Think about it. I'm going to give you 30 seconds and then you're going to tell a friend. Quietly thinking about it, not out loud. Quietly think. What are some of the things we do to make playing together fun? So remember last week when we had like the puppets and the kitchen stuff and like we had all that stuff out? And over at this table, there were 4 kids, but there was only 3 puppets. Something that we struggled to do was to figure out if one of my friends has a puppet and the other one doesn't, can that other kid still play with that same puppet?
Yeah.
How can they play together with one puppet?
Share.
How do they share?
Get 2 puppets.
Nope, they're only allowed to have one. What could they do with this puppet?
I know.
What could they do? Go ahead.
Take her.
Okay, so if she's saying hi and you don't have a puppet, what can you do? Can you talk to the puppet by yourself?
Yeah.
Right? So that's still including Rosa in the play. Right? Anastasia's saying, hi, Rosa. And she's pretending she's on, who is this? My friend Cindy, right? Cindy says, hi, Rosa. talk to Zoe, we could say, Hola, ¿cómo está? What would you say? What do you say back to them when somebody asks you that question? What do you say? ¿Cómo está? I know it's Spanish. How do you respond to it? If someone asked you how you were, what would you say? Yeah, ¿cómo está? There we go. We got an answer, right? You can talk back. Our feet are still on the floor. All right. Some things that we did during this unit was figure out ways that we can take care of each other and ways we can take care of our materials. When you are playing together, should you be yelling and fighting and crying?
No.
Or should you speak kindly to each other? Speak kindly. Amanda, I really don't appreciate what you're doing right now. You're leaning towards the red today, and they just started. And the next one that's up there, Hennessy and Chloe. The next one that's up there is share, right? That was our big thing. We want to be able to share with our friends. Take turns, right? So Anastasia had my friend Cindy first. She got to talk to Rosa for a little bit. Then we talked to Zoe for a little bit. And now she can take a turn, right? It's Rosa's turn to play with the puppet. Can Zoe and Anastasia still participate in that? Yeah, right? We can all talk to that one puppet, and we can all take turns being the puppet. Something else. What if Anastasia and Rosa are playing with the puppet and Zoe's just sitting there? Should they say, Zoe, come play with us? Right? We want to include everyone. We don't want to make anyone feel like they're not included in our play. When someone gives you something, where is my friend when I need him? When somebody gives you something, or you want somebody to give you something, you say, can I have that?
Please.
Please. And when they hand it to you, you say, thank you, right? Using please and thank you. The other day, when we had these puppets, this was something that we need to work on in kindergarten. There was a problem, right? There was 2 puppets, there was 4 kids, everybody wanted the puppets. And instead of trying to figure it out, we were tattling on each other, we were fighting with each other, we were getting upset with each other. Is that solving the problem?
No.
So something that as kindergarten we're going to work on is when somebody at our table is doing something we don't like, we're going to calmly discuss it with them. Have the conversation. We're going to talk about how we feel, why we feel that way, and what we could do to solve the problem, right? You are going to work with your friends to solve the problem. Now, ways to take care of our materials. When I put the cleanup strap on, right, or Mr. B came on and he was telling us to clean up, right? Did everybody in the room put the toys away?
Yeah.
Right? Everybody did that. You guys did awesome. Did you, when you were playing with the toys, were you throwing them?
No.
Or were you playing with them nicely and correctly?
Yeah.
Right? And if something breaks by accident, that's okay. Let's keep our feet still. Azina, feet still. If something breaks by accident, that is okay. But do you purposely try to break the toys? No, right? We do not want to try and break toys. And if I have my puppet, Anastasia wants one, or if Anastasia has the puppet and I want the puppet, should I do that?
No.
Right? Should we be pulling it back and forth?
No.
Because that could break the toy, right? Anastasia could say, hey, this goes back to the problem solving too. Hey, I was using that right now, but I'm almost done, and then you can have a turn. And I could say, okay, thank you. And then when Anastasia was done, she would give it to me, and I would have an option. right? It was a nice conversation. Nobody was yelling. Nobody was being a tattletale, right? You'll be alright, just roll this. You'll be alright. There you go. Okay. When we sit down, we do not get out of our seat for no reason. We do not get out of our seat for no reason. Is it an emergency? Is it an emergency? What's the emergency? That's not an emergency. Please go have a seat. You do not just get out of your seat for things like that. Alright, when you include somebody in your play, you say, come play with me. You invite them to play, right? If you are playing and someone else has an idea, should you say, we're going to do it my way? No, right? Listen to each other. Slow. Blow your nose. Don't just wipe it. Blow it. I love you too. Let's get this done. More. All that new Play-Doh. We'll have to play with Play-Doh. Okay. Taking care of your materials. Use them correctly. Clean up. Share. Take turns. Use one at a time. Are you okay? What's the matter? Your belly hurts? Did you eat breakfast this morning? Well, okay, no. That's why your belly hurts. It's almost snack time, okay? And then you'll feel better. Use kind words and say please and thank you. Would you like to use that, right? Do not pull things from people's hands. Talk to each other politely. Okay. Now we have to tell Miss Fuller what we learned during our first unit in kindergarten. Are you ready? All right. Okay. So we're going to start our letter with Dear Mrs. Muller. We've been learning a lot about how to work and play together. We have learned to include others. We have learned how to include others. What does it mean when you include somebody in your play? Okay, so instead of going to recess today, we're going to write Miss Muller her letter. Rowana and Hennessy, you want to go outside today, or do you want to write Miss Muller her letter when we're supposed to be doing that? Okay, what does it mean to include your friend in play? When you include somebody in your play, what are you doing? Stop. We just went over all these things, and you guys are too busy not paying attention to help me. Ready? To include others means to invite them to join, including others' ideas or including their ideas in play. So when you include somebody, you would, what are you doing? When we include others in play. All right, you know what? I understand we have runny noses. Did you blow your nose? No, you didn't. Blow your nose. You need one tissue to do that. This is becoming a game, and I don't like it. Cover your mouth when you walk. when you invite somebody to play, you are including them. What does it mean to include somebody to play? Alright, so I think instead of going outside today, we're going to do this then. Sound good? What do you want to do it now? I need you to listen.
Sorry to interrupt you, but there's so much things in the box. I see you for a while too.
There's more stickers if you want stickers that nobody in the stations want to get. Because I don't see anyone participating. No. Are you going to answer my question? About including others? Is that what you're raising your hand for? I said, what does it mean to include others? So unless you're going to give me the answer, I don't want your hand up. Are you giving me the answer? Including others means inviting them to join in the play. What does it mean to include others? Okay, when you're playing and they're standing over there doing nothing, what do you need to do? Okay, how do you do that? And now, but they're over there. Alright, let's try it this way. Ready? Go over there and cheer. That would work. Alexander's birthday is at the end of September. He comes in and he only has a few invitations to his birthday party. So you're not invited, and you're not invited, and you're not invited. How does that make you feel? Do you want to be invited to his birthday? Right? So he's not inviting you. How does that make you feel? Sad. So you want to be included in his party, right? So when you want to be included, it means that you want to be invited, right? To be included means to be invited to join. All right, the next thing in the letter says, we have learned to take care of our materials. That means to use the materials. How are you supposed to use them? How do we use the materials? I was just standing over there and I said, should you throw these materials? Should you rip them out of people's hands? And you all said what? No. No, right? You shouldn't do that. How do you use the material?
You ask.
How do we use the materials? Rosa, right now you are touching her. Please stop it. How do we use the toys in the playroom? How do you use the toys? Sasha. Okay, I can play with the puppets by throwing them across the room. That's how I want to play with them. Right? Is that how I should play with them? No, right? There is a right way to play with the toys, a correct way to play with the toys, right? So we've learned that when we use these materials, we play with them correctly, right? Invite to join. Play correctly. We have learned to share. What does it mean to share? All of you like to shout the word share at me. What does share mean? What does it mean to share? When you share, you do what? Take turns, right? We have learned to share. That means to take turns. And we have learned to use kind words. When you're taking turns and you want something from somebody We hope you will come watch us play so we can show you how we are working hard to honor these commitments. Love the kindergarten. All right, so when you play, are you going to include others, take care of the material, share or use kind words? I want you to turn to your friend and you're going to say, I commit to include others. Or you can say, I commit to taking care of material. Or you can say, I commit to share. Or you can say, I commit to use kind words. Turn to your friend and tell them what you commit to do. Turn to your friend and tell them what you commit to do. No, turn this way and to your friend. Tell her what you commit to do. Are you kidding? Anybody here? How are you going to play invitation? What? How are you going to play? Are you going to include others? Are you going to take care of the material? Are you going to share? Are you going to use kind words? You're going to say share? You're going to say, I commit to share. Yeah, I commit to share. That means that you're going to share with your friends. You're going to share with your friends, right? What do you commit to do? Oh, nice, right? I commit to use kind words. What do you commit to do? What? To include others? I commit to include others. All right, Alexander, what do you commit to do? To include others, say I commit